Hi everybody, it's Lorraine. Thank you so much for all of the messages and emails and comments asking how I'm doing. Well, I'm showing you that a lot of the water has disappeared. So all that water that you saw yesterday, which was a flood, has subsided. But I want to read you something that one of my friends, she sent me a message today. And there are a lot of people that watch my YouTube channel, a lot of targeted people, but they don't comment, and I guess that's intentional, but they'll send me a message. So this is the message that I received. Okay? Stay safe. Lorraine, I hope you and your menagerie of animals are safe. Are you also affected by the chemical spill? That unnatural flood is a weapon that is often used. Plausible deniability can be applied to the subsequent results. They do not want you to ever feel safe in that location with its resources, especially the water, keeping you in prayers. And she's so astute because over the summertime, Memorial Day weekends, the criminals siphoned the water. All that water behind my house was gone in a weekend. Right? It was gone in a weekend. And they have been using this creek as a weapon against me by not clearing it, cleaning it. It is an absolute eyesore. They have the resources to fix it, and they have not. And as a result of this flooding, it flooded my property down there, and I had to remove a barn that was there for 100 years because this county had a culvert pointing towards my barn. So all this water that flows all the way down to the end of my property flooded the barn. I had to have it taken down after 100 years. So yes, so I agree with her that the water, they do use water as a weapon. And I'll tell you that I have a Berkey water filter. I bought it actually before I moved here because it was highly recommended to me, and I used it when I was living in my car up there to filter water, because the water here is not like New Jersey. The water in New Jersey was wonderful, and I had tested the water there. It was great. Here we had a lot of chlorine in the water and all kinds of other garbage. But they have tarnished my Berkey water filter here. When I pull the cover off, and this is stainless steel, folks, it's stainless steel, they have rusted the cover. They have the technology to rust anything, whether it's new or old. And just because something is old doesn't mean that it necessarily rusts. You know, it takes a lot to rust an item. And it takes a lot over a long period of time to rust an item. Items do not rust overnight. So, and they have the technology to do that. And they have rusted so many things on me. But my friend is quite astute when she said that they are using my property and the resources and water that I have here against me. They steal the water. You've seen the skies here, right, folks? I've posted a lot of photos of what the skies look like here. And the skies it's actually directly over my property. So I have X's and Y's and all kinds of things, you know, over the property. And people will say, oh, well, they do that everywhere. Well, they do it everywhere. But they don't do it everywhere as often as they do directly over my property. And of course, it does affect other people locally. But not everybody has the same configuration in their property as I do. And there are other people that have, I'm sorry, I'm closing my gate at the same time here, folks. I have to free up the hands here. But this is what the creek looks like now. Remember what it looked like yesterday? Look how much lower it got in a short period of time. And all that mess, the town came and pulled the tree. I texted the judge, but this is the mess here. So they came to take the tree there, but they didn't take all this brush there. This is a whole bunch of leaves that I pulled out of here. They didn't declog this or declog over there. So they didn't do a lot of the things that they were supposed to do. And you know what? I'm not responsible for the creek. They are. So anyway, here are the birdies. They're a lot happier today. They were soaking wet yesterday. They were so wet that when they went in their coop to go to sleep last night, I had to wipe them all down, especially the roosters. Because the roosters have those very long tails. And their long tails, you know, they stayed wet longer. So I had to dry off all the roosters last night, and the chickies and everything. So I hope everybody's doing okay. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. So I just wanted to check in and say, yes, I'm doing okay. There are a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't have enough room on my phone, and I haven't had the time to take the videos that I want to keep off the phone. Plus, yesterday, my electricity and Wi-Fi were fading in and out for, you know, a good part of the morning. And I've got a very slow laptop. They've interfered with my laptop so much. Here, let me go get this dish here. I fed the chickies over here this morning. They were hanging out here. They have a routine. Like, they go from different parts of the property, different times of the day. It's so funny to watch them. So I gave them some food here this morning. And they're wandering around. They're a lot happier today, although it is much colder. Like, it is really cold now. It says that it's 32 degrees, but it feels like 28, or yet before it felt like 24. So the temperature is supposed to drop tonight. And I don't like it. But you can see the difference here and how much drier it is. Although, you know, the floor is spongy. It's very spongy. But let's go down to the creek if I've got enough room on the phone to show you what the creek in back of my house looks like. Hey, Mikey. Mike. Mikey, want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi, everybody. I'm Mikey. Tell them what happened last year. They stole your best friend. Right? Did they steal Jesse? Huh? They stole Jesse last year, his best friend. Bunch of evil, evil people. But let's see what it looks like back here, folks. Okay, so there's the outer field. Let me put this down. The outer field there, all the water has gone down, but if you walk there, it's real squishy. And here is the creek in back of my house, and I see some branches I don't know where those came from. I have no idea where those came from, but I've got to go get those out of there so it doesn't go into the tunnel. So this is the update. You can see how much the water has receded already in just a short period of time. So yeah, like my friend said, was talking about the resources, and that's one of the reasons I purchased this property, folks. You know, I guess you could say that I'm a prepper or a homesteader, whatever. I have been researching this for years. And some of the most important things that you need when you purchase land are some resources. You need flat land. You need resources like woods if you want a wood-burning stove. So, you know, I've chopped a lot of wood. I've got wood all over the place chopped. So you want trees for shade, for birds, for sap. Trees attract mushrooms and all kinds of other animals. So there are a lot of properties out there that are just flat, and they have